Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited for today. It is officially Christmas sweater season. It is a-okay. I'm starting to see, like, we've had our Christmas stuff up for a bit, but I'm starting to see as I drive down like those small town roads around our house that like slowly people are starting to take down their pumpkins and put up their Christmas trees, and it's just making me so happy. So I will say that we left our pumpkins on the porch until Thanksgiving Day, and then they were gone. So I'm excited to take you on a little holiday home tour. I do want to go ahead and just set the expectations a little. Like, I don't want this to be misleading. We have a very real life home. One of our daughters, I have two daughters as well. One of them is 3 and one is 1. And the 3-year-old stayed with my mom last night. The 1-year-old is currently asleep, and my husband went to help a family member with something. So I'm trying to get this done quickly because my house will not stay this put together, this peaceful. Like, it took a while to get it to where it is, and I know that I'm on borrowed time at this point. So we're just gonna go through this quickly. We live in a relatively small house for, I don't know, it's all relative, but I feel like this is the smallest, one of the smallest houses we've ever lived in. It was a downsize from where we were before. Let's just go with that. So it is not anything extravagant. It's not anything maybe spectacular in some people's eyes, but I love it. I love our little home. This is our second Christmas in it, and I just feel like we're starting to find our footing with what our style is and how it works in this space. And obviously, as girls are continuing to grow, like, the phases continue to change and things evolve over time. But all in all, I feel like we are just a very simplistic, not minimal, but we're very simplistic. And I am definitely always going to be a fan of like cottage style, which a lot of people would call, maximalism. But I just like pockets of clutter. I don't like clutter everywhere. So I like to see white space, but I also like to see a lot of things packed together in one spot to create a cozy little space. So I don't know if any of that makes sense, but I'm just going to show you around my house, and I'll point out some things as we go. A lot of what we have for decoration has been given to us, like by my mom or my grandmother over the years, or I've thrifted it. I really can't think of a ton of stuff that I've just bought outright brand new, but I'm sure that as we're going through, I'll find some things. But I really just want to point out the things that have the most meaning to me. So I'm very excited that you're here. I hope that you enjoy this. We'll go ahead and start with the porch. I was really going for clean and simple on our porch this year. So with the 2 trees being symmetrical on either side of the door, I wanted the rocking chairs to be the same. Typically they share the same side, but this time I went ahead and separated them because honestly, we're not going to do a ton of porch sitting in December anyways. It's cold and we're in the South, so we have thin skin. But anyways, I like how it looks. I think it's just enough, but not too much. And then there's like this 5-foot plush Santa that my mom handed down to me. And if you can't tell, he has no cotton in the back of his neck. There's a broomstick propping him up, but he's the best and he's wonderful. I did want to point out this little wooden sled. Whenever we were first married, the couple that we rented their basement apartment from, it was like an older couple in our church, they gave us that, and they made it because whenever they were newlyweds, which, you know, was a number of years prior to us being newlyweds, they didn't have a ton of money starting out to get people Christmas presents, and so they got creative, and he was very handy with like power tools and carpentry, and she was very intentional in every possible way. And so they learned how to make these little sleds for people, and then, you know, however many years later, 30, 40 years after they'd been in that phase of life and they were able to take care of and serve other newlyweds that were in the same position that they had once been in, they still were using that gift idea to bless people, and I just love it so much. So it always finds a spot around our home. I have another sled as well with it that I actually think I thrifted, or like my mom found at a yard sale or something. It was secondhand, but yeah, I just always put them together. And the Christmas trees this year, I did buy them new. Well, I bought them on Marketplace. That's not new, right? We can all agree. But I got them for $10 a piece. Like, let's just talk about how great that is. We were actually at Thanksgiving dinner and like sitting around just after we'd eaten, and we were all in like a food coma. I was looking on Marketplace because why not? And it was not that inconvenient to swing slightly, make a slightly longer route in order to pick these up on our way home. And I think it was a very good call. And then I just see like these little 4x4 presents that my mom made for us. several years ago. She also made pumpkins. If you saw my fall decor video, then you saw those in that little revealing. But yeah, I want to take you inside. There's a lot more to see. Let's go. Let's get past the porch. Okay, so our living room, I was doing like the B-roll stuff and I was noticing how much of our stuff has been given to us, like hand-me-downs, and I just love it so much. So let me just show you. Okay, I honestly this year I bought my 2 porch trees. I bought some red ribbon that you see on the candlesticks back here and all, and I just put that kind of all throughout the house. And then I feel like I bought the 2 large ribbons on our mantle. But other than that, I don't think I've bought any Christmas decor this year. I honestly have more in our storage building. That there's a couple of places I'm continuing to see that could have stuff, but I'm just holding off for now. So this may continue to really get crazy really quick, but I'm trying not to. But yeah, so I have this gingerbread lady, and I did buy her. I got her from Hobby Lobby a few years ago, and then I just have this collection of all these small trees that, you know, you just acquire over time, and they are great fillers. And then all of my mom's old hand-me-down throw blankets. If any of you were 90s kids or early 2000s kids, your moms might have done Christmas Around the World, where they like sold from the catalog, hosted parties, things like that. My mom, I think, did that. If not, we sure did go to a heck of a lot of parties, and we have a lot of the stuff. So we have, I think, a lot of these throw blankets. They look kind of cross-stitched. I think they came from there. And then this wooden Christmas tree, you guys. Oh my goodness. At our old church, I was a member there for like 10 years, and that was hands down the hardest part of moving. When we moved here, that was the first move we'd made where we had to find a new church home. And the Lord has been faithful. We're very grateful for that. But we loved the people in that church. We loved the mission of that church. And one of the sweet older men made a handful of items that we have all throughout our home, all throughout the year. But one of the things was these little Christmas trees. And you can see that there are little holes drilled into the end of each piece of wood. And that's where little suckers were. So he would put dum-dums in the ends of all these and then give them to us. And he would just give these away like to church staff and people that he was close with and stuff. And he was just amazing. So yeah, I tried to keep the mantle fairly simple. I just had a lot going on around it and wanted to keep that not bare, but simple. So I like the elegance that's there. I really enjoyed that this year. Last year I did something different, but I like what we did this year with our mantle. And these are our pretty stockings. We don't actually put things in them. We really don't do stockings at all, but I don't think I'll ever be able to use any other ones, because these white ones I made the first year Nicholas and I were married, and they just mean a lot. And then the Christmas tree, I have 3 different size Christmas trees that kind of like stagger, but with the phases of life that our daughters are in, it's just easier right now to do one. And we did let them help us decorate, which was super fun. Our tree is full of all of my ornaments from growing up, because my mom was wonderful and had this super cool tradition of each year she would take me to the Hallmark store and she and I would pick out an ornament, and that was kind of like our thing. So then whenever I moved out, I had ornaments to put on a Christmas tree. I wasn't starting with absolutely nothing. So now I'm starting that tradition with my girls, and you'll see their trees whenever we go to their rooms to see the few decorations that are in there. But all of that to say, this tree is basically mine. I joke with my husband that all of his are still at his parents' house. And so the only ornaments on our tree are mine, and then the couple that we've acquired since getting married. But it's okay. We'll keep adding to it. Right now, all the ornaments are on like the top third of the tree, because children, you guys, because they helped us decorate. They kept thinking they could bring a step stool in here after it was all decorated and then take them all off and do it again. And it's just become a whole thing. There are not a lot of things that I miss about being in the workforce, but I will say there was one job I had at a retirement community that had a thrift store, and this was a nice retirement community. So I got this pillow from there along with some other things. We went there pretty regularly, but I'm a grandma at heart, and so everything in there just made me so happy, and I miss it a lot. So then we have this Santa Claus that again came from my mom, some of the girls' all the time toys, and then this thing, y'all. This Little People nativity scene was gifted to us for our baby shower with Rosie, which is our oldest daughter. And if you are wondering what to get someone for a baby shower present other than diapers and wipes, consider this, because we just bring it out at Christmas every year and it is always a hit. Like it now with both girls, they love it so much. And I personally would have just never thought to get that as a gift idea. The kitchen was kept very minimal. This bunting banner again is something I made our first Christmas. And here's the drink station that you all saw me make a couple weeks ago, I don't know. But there's our wrapping paper. It just hides, it doesn't really hide, it hangs out right there. But I went completely bare just about on our countertops for Christmas because I wanted to be able to bake and put crock pots up. And whenever we host Christmas in a couple of weeks, we are going to have about 20 people in our small house. Whenever you have that many people in the house, it closes up really quick, like it starts to feel small. All right, and please disregard my dishes in the sink. I told you this is real life, but I wanted to show you this window area because it's another one of those places where I just added red ribbon. I had this cafe curtain and I should have done a video with it closed, but it's cute open too. So I just put 4 little bows. I spread them throughout and I think it's super cute. I do have a couple of empty shelves right there in the corner that I think I'll put little village houses on. I just wasn't aware that I would have extra space for that. So that's exciting. Oh, and I forgot that someone had given us the Little People Nativity set. So Rosie's first Christmas, I bought this one from Target, and it's wooden, it's fine. And I just leave it on the table for the girls to play with. Our bedroom is in such transition, and I feel like I say that a million times, but it is. And I'm excited because I think we're finally about to start like working on our bedroom. I've been working on the living room for like 6 months. There's like 1 chair left that I really need to redo, but for now, I think I'm content with it. There's a couple frames that need pictures, but anyways, for now, it's okay. And so I'm about to move on to our bedroom, and I'm really excited about it, but because of that, I tried to keep Christmas decorations very, very simple in here. Also, because our laundry room, as you can see, is our master closet and our bulk pantry, so it's all right there, and there's just a lot of like functionality that happens in this space. This room quickly becomes a catch-all if we're not extremely careful, so I didn't want to add more to it and increase, you know, that problem. But yeah, so just the little houses on the windowsill, the little old ceramic train on the desk, that was my mom's, these little grandma claws and the white Santa Claus, those were my grandmother's, and then the garland on the foot of our bed. And yeah, for this year, it's just trying to keep it a clean space. This is where all the presents are being wrapped. Currently, all of the presents are being stored in our closet, and that closet cannot take any more. Oh my goodness. So I'm just, again, trying to not overwhelm our bedroom with a bunch of stuff. Okay, I'm having battery problems, which is why this has quickly become a combination of voiceovers and me actually talking to the camera. But we're in Rosie's room, and like I said, I kept things very minimal in here, and actually I just remembered there's a felt Christmas tree that I need to get out and put on her wall. I'll put that at the end, I guess. But yeah, so here we go. We have this little Merry Christmas pillow. I tied a bow around her wall sconce, and then she helped me pick out her room decorations from some of our miscellaneous stuff. So we have this little toy train and a sign. Also, if you want to decorate quickly for Christmas, let your 3-year-old help, because she was tearing things out of those boxes, and we got done in like 45 minutes with the entire house. And then there's her little Christmas tree. You guys, I just can't believe that she's old enough to have 4 ornaments on that tree. That annual tree that I'm doing for her. It's her 4th Christmas. I need to get her 4th ornament, but still, it's her 4th Christmas. That's crazy. And Annie's room is very simple because it's also the playroom and book storage, study, library thing, craft storage, everything. So it just has her little tree and then the sweet little wooden rocker. And lastly, our one little sweet bathroom. Just love it so much. There's a lot in here that is special. You know, it's like whenever it's a room this small, you don't want to put a ton of stuff in it because it makes it feel so much smaller. Not to mention the fact that there are 4 of us trying to use this one bathroom on a daily basis. So just really quickly to point out a couple of things that mean a lot. This little Santa Claus taking a bath is my favorite. It was my mom's. She gave it to me. And the other day I saw one of the girls running through the house with the Santa, and I was like, no. Like, there's a lot of things in this house that I know I just can't care about. Like having little kids. I don't want to have a glass house. I want to have a real home, and I want them to be able to play in it. But not with my Santa in the bathtub. Not with that. So I just love it. And then the little reindeer has lost an antler, which is sad. But he says, hurry up, it's time to go. So it's just so cute. And then these little people across the bottom of the mirror. My mom had a ton of, well, my dad actually, the company that he worked for several years would have a Christmas party annually. And they, for their employee Christmas gifts, they would give one of the like different villages in the collection of ceramic villages, if you know what I'm talking about. So they have, and I have, because now they've given me some, so many of those, but none of us really have a great place to put all of them out in our current homes. And so we have all of these little village people that I thought, oh, that would be perfect on the bottom of my bathroom mirror. That's exciting that, you know, we still found a place to put some of those. I really like that. And then these hand towels, I have like 3. Some in the kitchen have little bears climbing ladders to decorate the Christmas tree and some different things, but I thrifted those a couple years ago, probably from the same retirement community that I got that pillow with tassels from. If I had to guess, that's where it came from, because I mean it's white and like, look at that, it's like never been used. So pretty sure it's 30 or 40 years old, but looks like it's never been used. And that's the type of retirement community I was working for, so it was amazing.
Merry Christmas.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so there's our home. I hope that you enjoyed that. I hope that, if nothing else, it just added some authenticity to the internet. Not that people who do home tours are fake, but I just think in general, social media and TV and all kinds of places, we see a lot of, it's just overdone, like almost, if it's not on a magazine cover, then it's probably not worthy of people wanting to see it. And I just don't buy that. A lot of the times whenever I see some of that stuff, I'm like, how do they actually live life around that? And then also, how long did it take them to put that up, or how much did they pay to have somebody put that up, and then also taking it down? And yeah, I don't know. So I just, I don't buy it. I think people want to see real a whole lot more than maybe what we believe, or they want to see, like, I want to see, personally, me, I want to see like people just doing life and maybe just lowering the standard a little bit to what's actually normal, like normalize normal homes, right? That's a thing. So I hope that maybe that's what this did. But also I think there's a lot to be said for curating sacred spaces, like I've shared before, and just like being intentional and being thoughtful in even the decor of our homes. I think even that can have so much purpose if we allow it to, but it definitely has its place. Like, it doesn't need to take over, you know what I mean? So anyways, thank you so much for coming along. I'm so glad that you came. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're having a great day wherever you are, and I'll catch you next time. Bye guys. Just want to point out that I had a silly little $2 bet going with my husband, that by the time he got back, I would have the TV back on with his football playing, and I did. Even with all my battery problems, I made it work to where I won that bet. And you know what he said? Here's $2 in change sitting on our dresser that's been there forever. So whatever. It's just bragging rights, but I just wanted you to know I won.